Hello!
Hello!
Welcome to Brenna and me drinking wine.
Cheers. Another episode of What's Up, Dad?
Oh.
I guess that's what we're calling it now. But
And welcome to our many subscribers. I think the last count we're up to 3. Only because I made your mom subscribe.
yes, please. If you have control over anybody else, make them subscribe as well.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I don't even have control over her.
Well, this seemed, I guess, that important.
Yes, I made her feel guilty. I said your daughter was depending on
All
her.
right. Well, anyway, how are you?
Good. Things are going well here. You know, we are 1 week post repopulation.
Yes. So you evacuated on August 20. What day was that? The 21st? The 2020?
I don't really know. In fact, I tried to stop the newspaper, and I put in the dates to stop the newspaper while we were evacuated. And it turns out the newspaper stopped the day after we got back because I didn't know what day we evacuated. I thought we evacuated August 30th, and apparently we came back August 30th.
You came back August 30th. Oh my goodness.
So we arrived back here on Saturday.
Wait, no, that wasn't August 30th. Saturday. Hold on. I need to check this really fast.
All the viewers, you might want to use this opportunity to go to the refrigerator and get yourself a glass of wine, or do any of the other necessary things that people do when there's a station break.
All right, now I can look up a calendar because I need to know exactly what was going on here. So on August 21st, you and Mom evacuated. That was Friday,
Yes.
August 21st. You stayed with us that evening, and then you left the 24th to go to Aptos
Yes,
to stay at your friend's beach house, which was a little roomier than what we had.
yes, it was a 3-bedroom house that we had all to ourselves.
Yes, and it was very nice, I assume. And then on the 29th, Saturday the 29th, you came back here.
Yes, and apparently I had told the Mercury News to stop delivering on the 30th for some reason, because I didn't know what day it was when I got to their website.
It was a crazy time. It was.
So we got back, and the next day, the Sunday paper didn't arrive. So I actually called the Mercury News, and I said, hey, the Sunday paper didn't arrive. And they looked up on their computer and said, hey, you stopped the paper. I said, yeah, I stopped the paper for the week we evacuated. And he said, no, you stopped the paper starting on August 30th and ending on September 5th. So now we are getting the all vital Mercury News every day. Mercury News is like one step up from the newspaper we used to mimeograph when I was in 7th grade.
Were you on the newspaper
No,
committee?
it was just 2 guys, and I had a newspaper that we mimeographed.
You were such entrepreneurs.
Yeah, we only did it once.
Um,
Yes, our producer is making motions.
she's making a phone call.
She's saying that she reads them.
Are you going to be speaking to somebody?
She reads the newspaper all day. The newspaper is like 4 pages long, and
like
your
4
mother spends
pages
the entire day and evening reading it. I don't really understand how she's able to spread it out.
Wow, she really savors the moment.
She does. Or maybe she's a slow reader. I don't know.
So today is September. Let's confirm what day it is. September 6th is what the date is today, and tomorrow is Labor Day.
Still 2020, right?
Still, unfortunately.
Okay.
And we just got out of the pool. You have a very nice pool.
Thank you.
We just got out because it is 100 degrees down here. 100 degrees, and the air quality isn't super.
No, it's really a lot smokier. I assume it's smoke and not fog or anything. But today is a little bit worse than it had been in the last few days.
Well, so while you were evacuated, you and Mom actually came back to the house to pick a couple things up, right?
Yes, they didn't stop anybody from coming back. to the area where we live. They did have police posted at the side streets leading down into Ziente Canyon, which we're right above.
Right.
But there was no problem getting to this house. In fact, we have neighbors who actually came back and started staying in their house during the evacuation.
I mean, I read an article from Bonnie Doon where people were staying at their house because they were actually fighting the fire or they didn't want to leave, and Bonnie Doon was in the middle of it. I mean, that's really scary, but they did save some houses, actually.
And they did have to save one person who went back to their house and then somehow got lost and actually had to call emergency personnel to get him out. They actually gave that person a citation, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is that if you stay or you go back, you're making it harder for them to do their job sometimes. But
well, we spent the first night after the evacuation orders here, and it was a little bit eerie. There was absolutely no sound in the neighborhood because all the neighbors and all the animals had been evacuated. And we decided to get up very early the next morning and drive to your house.
What did you guys do while you were at this nice beach house?
We walked every day, twice a day, along the promenade that extends by the beach. We would have walked on the beach itself, but there are a lot of people in Aptos who walk along the beach who don't wear masks. And if you walk along the water line, it's hard to get out of their way because there isn't enough of the hard sand to walk on. You would have to walk up the hill to the hot, dry sand to get out of their path if you see them coming. So the beachfront has a promenade which borders a parking lot and picnic tables and things like that. But there was also a street right by it. So it was pretty easy to get out of people's way. If you see people coming, you didn't want to get close to them.
Right. Okay, that's nice.
It was very surprising, since when we walked with you in San Francisco, I would say about 90-95% of the people we passed were masked.
Oh, in San Francisco,
yes. Very few people, even down by the seashore, exercising, riding bikes, running. Very few people did not wear masks. But in Aptos, it was very common for people not to be wearing masks.
Yeah.
And people walking together, people not, consciously moving 6 to 8 feet away from you when you walk by. I think a lot of people just are disregarding the virus at this point. And I didn't feel that we should, because from what I hear, it's still around and it's still infecting people, and it's
sucks.
still dangerous. Yes.
I assume people are still dying, and even I know I talked to a friend who is a pediatrician, and she said that there are therapies that are working better and they're finding ways to combat it faster or earlier, but there's no cure. So, you might have the benefit of 6 months of other people getting it, that they can try things faster and earlier, but you still don't know if they're going to work. It's not a sure thing. So while you were in Aptos, you guys were, is it Aptos?
We don't know. We didn't run into any
Our
neighbors.
producer is saying Aptos, but we can just say we don't know.
She's the authority on it.
So Aptos, and you went and walked on the beach, and you had access to Netflix.
Yes.
Did you finish Dirty John?
No, we actually didn't watch Dirty John. I forgot about Dirty John. We watched the entire season of Indian Matchmaker.
I have not seen that, but it has, people love that. People are telling me to go watch it.
Well, it's the most incredible, reality show, because it involves people who are living in the United States who actually call a woman from Mumbai to fly in to find them somebody to go out with. Now, that may happen, but it I thought was a little bit incredible.
I mean, so she's just really well known as a matchmaker in Mumbai, and she's bringing her gift to the United States? Or does she actually know single women in the United States that want
She has a database. She calls them biodatas of people all over, I guess, the world, because the people in the United States get hooked up with other Indian descendant, people of Indian descent, in the United States. But these people are not nearby. She arranges people to fly from Washington to Texas, and from San Diego to Texas, and from Chicago to New York, just to meet a person who they've never seen before.
Oh, wow.
And nobody considers the issue of where they're going to live if they actually want to, maintain a relationship.
Yeah. So do they follow up with them after?
Well, they didn't really, but your mom followed up. Apparently, you can go to Google, and according to the articles on Google, none of the people we watched ever stayed with each other, except for a woman who actually ended up using a different service. She actually found, she was a divorcee with a child who wanted to remarry, but wanted to remarry a person in the Sikh religion, which is what her father is. And she actually went to a site called Bumble. Have you ever heard of Bumble?
Yeah, Bumble has a whole friend section that I was using before the pandemic to try to meet people to hang out with. It's actually, Bumble is women owned, and the women have more control versus on other apps perhaps. And I don't know what it's like for dating, because these apps came out after I already met my husband. But she found Bumble. And
what was so strange about it was she not only wanted to marry somebody who was Sikh, she also wanted somebody of Punjabi descent. So they had to be Sikh, Punjabi, and looking to marry somebody who was previously married and has a child.
And on Bumble.
Yeah, which I found extraordinary, that you could actually be that
There's
selective.
There's someone out there for everybody, I guess.
She's the only one of all these people who got married, according to Google.
Right now, we are watching What We Do in the Shadows on Hulu, and it's like Office meets vampires.
Yes, there was a movie, What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with the guy from Flight of Conchords.
Oh.
Jermaine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a movie. It must have been about 5-6 years ago.
Was it funny? I mean, he's supposed to be funny.
It's supposed to be funny, but I don't find that sort of thing very funny. So
Oh yeah, it's a mockumentary horror comedy film, and that's exactly what the TV show is, a mockumentary as well, and it has all these Emmy nominations. So that's how we found it, because we were looking at what got nominated for Emmys and if we should watch it, and so we did, and we're really enjoying it. So, did you watch the movie?
No. Oh. Well, I watched part of it, when it came on TV.
I mean, you watched some pretty bad movies, so.
Huh? What? Old Socks is shaking the camera. Are you getting wine for all of our viewers? The dog's head is knocking the tripod.
That's okay. It's got a stabilization mode.
Oh, it does? Oh.
I don't know if it helps.
It's okay, Sock. You can just knock the tripod all you want.
How much wine do you have? You have enough wine.
I have plenty, yes.
I'm just gonna top off a little bit. We're getting watched by dogs outside. So this wine that we're drinking is from, my brother brought it. Oh, actually, is there anything left? Yeah, there is. It is Monte de Cochi? Cosi?
Coqui, actually.
Coqui.
When you have the two C's together followed by a vowel, it's Coqui. Isn't that correct, or am I incorrect? C-O-C-C-I? Coqui? Cochi?
I'd say Cochi, but I don't know.
So, but it's not bruschetta. I thought bruschetta.
No, bruschetta has an H.
Oh.
When there's a C followed by an H, it's definitely a hard C.
But I think it's Cochi.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Mm.
Double C.
5 years of Italian, we can't read a wine.
It is very delicious. It is from Puglia.
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 Well, you got that.
Yeah, we knew that part.
Monte de Cochi Fiano.
Yes.
All right, well, we'll say goodbye.
And hope that we will be able to visit Italy in the near future once again.
2021. Oh, that's right. You guys have a European river cruise planned for May 2021.
Yes, we had a
How-
trip planned in May of 2020, and when it got canceled, they offered us the opportunity to book for May of 2021. And
But do you think that's going to happen this 2021 May?
I have no idea.
Our producer says yes.
Yeah.
She's unequivocal.
I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna have travel. Okay. Well, I guess we'll say goodbye.
I'm almost done with my wine, so
I am done
we'll
with
have
mine.
to sign off for now. See you again real soon.
Real soon. Goodbye.